Yeah, I think I'm going to talk about it today about the sort of the hidden suffering that I go through, and I'm sure I speak for a lot of people who've got OCD and a mental health problem. But I'm going to talk about myself today. So a lot of people they don't know what I'm going through, and I can understand the reason why. And the reason why a lot of people don't know what I'm going through, and often over the years, is because I seem okay. I seem fine in terms of, like, speaking. If you spoke to me, you think, oh, it seems okay, it seems pretty positive. Or, you see me talking on YouTube, or you see, oh, I can go for a run, I can run for miles, I can go to the gym. And it's easy to think, and I suppose there's some truth in it, it's easy to think, oh, I'm confident or everything's fine. And reality is, when I'm suffering, I'm not okay. I'm okay on the surface because I've basically learned how to hide the illness, for a better word, or how to just sort of, it's genuine what you're seeing, how to be myself and be confident whilst I'm suffering inside. And I realise over the years that it's not fair on me that I've been doing this for so long. It's good for everyone else, and that's because I'm a caring person, and I don't want to, I don't want to put my stress and negativity on other people. I think that's a good thing, but I've got to a point where I've actually got to look after myself. So yeah, on the surface I may seem fine because I'm healthy, please God, I'm fit, I can communicate, but at the cost of suffering so much inside and not really having much peace and just battling with all the demons that I deal with, all the intrusive thoughts, most of all it's worry, panic, even though there's usually nothing to worry about right now, but I'm worrying about stuff. I'm struggling mentally and emotionally, but you're not seeing that, and that is the case for so many sufferers. I remember when Tyson Fury first started coming out, I wasn't surprised because I had the same thing. I could recognize the signs. I could see when someone seems completely fine and they can be confident. They can get up on stage. I can go and do public talks and talk in front of, if I really want to, in groups of people. And in that moment, I'm okay because it's just an hour or two. But I could honestly be having major suicidal thoughts later on. And that's the problem with this illness that a lot of people are not aware of today, that someone can be fine 1 minute or 1 hour, but the next hour they're thinking about taking their own life. And this is the reality of dealing with OCD when it's chronic. I have a severe case of it. So this has been the case for me my entire life, all throughout my life. And I've said before, yeah, there's been periods where thank God, I've been happy, where I've not been struggling internally, and I've not been having suicidal thoughts or having such highs and lows. I've been able to do things, but that's been short-lived. That's out of 41 years of living, that's probably been, I couldn't even say 10 years, I couldn't even say 5, maybe 5. The rest of it has been a constant struggle. And it's kind of taken me the courage to really start to come to terms and be honest and realize this in the last few months, where things have gotten so bad. I have to look after myself if I want any future, any chance here. But it's just something that you just don't know. Like, you just get used to living like this. You just think that you kind of have to put up with it. And I'm realizing that I don't. That's not good. Because again, it's always been being good to other people, but not looking at being good to myself. And that's a lot of the pressure that comes with it, because the expectations that I feel people have of me, family, friends, or other people, put on myself, they expect that you always be good because I'm kind of a positive person as well. That you're kind of dealing with everything. But I'm also negative at times as well, very, very depressed, as you would expect. So it's a very difficult condition to live with. It is like a bipolar disorder, OCD. For me anyway, you are up and down, and it can only just take one trigger and then I'm feeling suicidal or manically depressed, thinking there's no point of life. What's the point? That's how my mindset can go. Everyone's going to die. What's the point? What's the point of putting all this effort in when we're all going to die? It's dark, I know, but that's how I feel. That's what we go through. I can't control my brain sometimes. I just think, well, what's the point when everything that's good is going to be taken away from me? All my family, people that I love. And I know that's doom and gloom, but it's what we deal with. I really do struggle with a lot of existential worries and fears, but there's some truth in it, because it is true. We are all going to die, and we do question, what's the point of all these mundane things that are not going to matter in a few years? Who cares about views on the internet? Who cares about money? Who cares about designer clothes and material things. None of it means anything. It doesn't really mean, I know it doesn't mean anything, you know, but we live in a society where people put all their meaning into that and they play this game, and I'm not into that stuff really. So you get into those places, but then I've got to pull myself out and sometimes say, well, I've got to find some meaning. I can't think like that. I've got to appreciate life. And, you know, that's kind of the society that we live in. We kind of all play this game where we're scared of death. We don't want to confront it. I'm the same. So we use distractions and little things, and we play board games, or we build a business, or there's all these businesses. I even think sometimes, what's the point of the taxes and school systems and all these things when it's all going to fall apart? Why put so much effort in? Why don't people just be kinder to people and get to what really matters? But that's not how the minds of this society is structured and how it works. So a lot of the OCD will latch on to things that are true, and I'm speaking intelligently, but there is a level of illness as well in the obsession with, you know, questioning these things. But I always had this as a kid, and it's continued as an adult. It's part of how my brain works. Some of it is relevant, it's intelligent. I know I'm an intelligent person, as I think everyone's intelligent, has intelligence. But it's also, the illness latches on, that the OCD twists things and can make positive things negative, and that's why it's difficult. That's why it's hard having the brain that I've got and the mindset and going about normal life, because I always knew as a young kid, I always knew I was highly intelligent, even though I got put down and got called stupid and dumb. I knew I was smart. I just knew it, you know, and I knew I had so many insecurities, and I had a lot of problems as well, but I had both. So dealing with both is very, very difficult for me. You know, being a confident person, but also being a very, very insecure person, a very frightened person who has mental health challenges, has been such a struggle for me. And even today, because it's like, I can see the positive. I went for a run today and I really enjoyed it, and I thought, like, I'm lucky to do this. Maybe not everyone can do this. I always like encouraging others, saying, no one's better than anyone. But another part of me feels, man, I really struggle. My mind is really, I'm sick. I have a mental health problem. That, you know, to get to the point, why can't things just be the positive? So it's always been like that, and that's the hard part, where sometimes you think, well, people don't know, not going to believe me, or they're just going to think, oh, he's just saying that, but they don't understand, you know, what I go through or what we go through. Unless you go through the same, then you do understand. If you've got obsessive compulsive disorder, and there's times where you think, oh, I'm all right now, it's kind of gone away, like the OCD, the grip of it is let go. And I can just appreciate mundane things in life and think, oh yeah, you know, watch a video online, or yeah, I'm looking forward to buying a pair of jeans, or I can't wait, or meet a friend. You know, can appreciate life. But when it comes back, it's just like I question everything. It's hard not to think about death and all these things which are pretty dark, I know. But yeah, it's been like this all my life. And I listen to other people online. I'm like, bloody hell, it's like hearing myself talk. And if they hear me speak, they're probably going to relate to what I'm saying. So we're very similar, people that have got this condition. And we don't ask for it. I don't like it. I don't want it. I wish I could get rid of it. It's ruined most of my life. I would have appreciated so much more. I don't want to let it continue to ruin the future if there is one. So yeah, there's a lot of just deep thinking. I try and stop doing it and ruminating. It comes with the anxiety disorder. It's just a real problem. What can I say, man? And it's always beating ourselves up. I still do it now. See, this is where the negativity comes in. I've got up this morning. I've gone for a run. I've done something really positive. I know some of the challenges that I've had to get over. They're private struggles. But already I'm feeling negative. Already I'm like, what's the point? The rest of the day is could be horrible. And I'm still dealing with my mind. So, you know, this is the reality of it. So sometimes I do think, is it just better just to bury all this and just get on with life and just pretend everything's fine? Because there might be some positivity in that. I've done that. But I'm like, it never works out well for me though. It always goes to a very bad place eventually. The foundation breaks down. Or is it just better just to be an open book, which is what I've always wanted to do. I've kind of done it in spurts, but kind of got frightened again and closed up. I think it's better for me to be open and to be myself and say, look, today I'm depressed. I'm having suicidal thoughts. I don't want to do it, but that's a reality. What can I do? Okay, today I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling grateful. I really want to be the best person I can be. I want to just be myself, how I am, naturally kind anyway. So I don't know. I don't have all the answers, and that's the thing with OCD. It's always trying to you're always trying to find answers to the deepest questions, and other people don't have the answers either. Everyone's going to give their own opinion, but it's not the gospel truth. It's not guaranteed to be true. Everyone's always going to have an opinion. It's always usually it's going to be positive or it's going to be critical, and they're going to think that they know everything when they don't know everything. Same as all of us, me included. So living with doubt and uncertainty, trying to come to terms of not knowing everything, is a big part of getting over this disorder or recovering or learning to live with it. So this is the reason why I've struggled all my life, because of dealing with this inner conversation, which is really the same conversation I've been battling and trying to figure out since I was a young kid, and I'm up until an adult now. Questioning life, questioning my existence, questioning death, questioning God, faith, questioning morality, questioning values, questioning what it means to be a good person, questioning what it means to be a bad person, trying to be perfect, worrying about losing people that you care about, not wanting to hurt other people's feelings. It never ends, never ends. Wanting to be successful, but sometimes questioning, is this healthy? Is it coming from a good place? Why am I doing this when I know probably it's not? But going in the direction where you feel this is the right way to go about life, and not letting other people get you down. Trying to always do the right thing, trying to be like the most moral person that you can be. All these, it's a lot of pressure, a hell of a lot of pressure. All these things. This is the conversation that's made my life very difficult. And there's times where if I'm in a certain place, it can love all that. It can make life interesting, but it can very quickly turn into a very dark, obsessive, compulsive, just mental problem of constantly going over the conversation that I've said, and other things that worry, life stresses, relationships, finances, stress, perfectionism, fear of losing control, fear of other people controlling you, fear of you making mistakes, hurting others, fear of others hurting you, trust issues, trusting. All these things come at you, and they have questions, labels, and you don't have the answers. And every time you try to find the answers, you just get stuck in cycles and knots, and you just come out the same way when you came in, clueless, or something. Think, I've got the answers. I know what the answer is to life. I believe in God. Do this, do that. I'm a good person. Forget. And then another time you get triggered. You think, I don't know the answers, and I know that other people don't. They're lying, or they're acting like they've got all the answers, and I can see that they don't have all the answers to life. Struggle. It is a struggle. What can I say? And it's like a ongoing puzzle that you maybe never going to get the answer to. Maybe when we die, I don't have a clue. So this is a big part of the internal struggle, and sometimes it's scary to talk in this way, because you think, well, I don't want to scare my family and friends and other people, because they might think he's gone crazy. What is he talking about? I had this as a kid. These are things that I struggled with, and getting them out feels like it helps. It probably doesn't in the long run. It's probably a compulsive behavior, but there's times you think, I feel I've got to just get this out. Even if I just want to get it out and just say it's junk mail, just to free my mind up, and just to stop my mind from bullying me and posing these questions, because I don't want to think about death every day. I don't want to think about the concept of money. I don't want to think about illnesses every day. I don't want to think about, am I being like a perfect person every day? Am I making mistakes? Am I being moral? Or are other people being moral, questioning other people? I don't want to be stuck on this every day. It's just making me exhausted. I want to get on and just live my life and enjoy every day. I don't want to keep questioning, what's the point in me going to work or getting a job or even helping other people? These are questions that can really send me into a very dark place. And I don't want to be thinking about the past all the time, and things that I appreciate that are gone and that I'm sad about. So all these things, and that's it.